That was a fun one.
Yep, good
Big
win, baby.
Home opener for the Texas Longhorns, and it's been tough sledding without Cam Ridley, the big fella inside. 2 losses against UConn and Texas Tech without him. So the message coming into this game against Kansas State, do your job. Do your job, everybody. Talking to the big fellas as well, Prince Ebay, Shaq Claire, give me something inside. And you know what? The box score is somewhat deceiving because they got good production from Prince Ebay and Shaq Claire.
Oh, no question. The bigs, all 3 of them. I'd throw Connor Lambert in there, too. The 3 of those guys
Did you say Connor Lambert?
Lambert Connor, my bad.
Thank you.
The 3 of those guys tonight were really unbelievable from start to finish.
This is how the first half ended. Kansas State really was on quite the run. You see Barry Brown keeping this one alive, heaves it up, and somehow, with the time winding down, it's Colby Irvin II beating the buzzer. This was close. But Kansas State, 12-2 run to close it out. Texas had issues because at that point in time, Isaiah Taylor was on the bench. Final 4 minutes didn't play because he had 3 fouls in the first half. So K-State has the lead. Isaiah Taylor wants to get it back, and this one ties the game up.
Absolutely, Isaiah Taylor, he came out early, he threw the first punch and he pushed. If it wasn't for foul trouble in the first half, he played an incredible game.
Uh-oh, Justin Edwards. I like how Shaq Claire says, I want no part of that.
He doesn't want to be posterized.
Points. Exactly. I've seen what Kerwin Roach does to people.
Yeah.
I want no part of that. This was a great finish, though. K-State up by 2. The pull-up from Javon Felix really had a critical stretch after that late timeout.
Absolutely. Javon really came up huge. Here he is again for 3 from deep. Comes up huge. The senior, big game down the stretch for Texas. Unlimited
range for Javon Felix. The kick out, one of the bigger shots of Connor Lambert's career.
Absolutely. Nailing the coffin at that point for Kansas State. And great play by Shaka Smart right there.
Oh, wait, not yet. They got the freshman, Barry Brown, banking it in. Okay, then. So we got a 3-point game. Barry Brown, even though he's a freshman, the best 3-point shooter on a team in Kansas State that's not very good at 3-point shooting, as evidenced with that attempt, gets the follow-up.
Look like you.
Unfortunately, I'm not that good, which says a lot. So Texas closing it out.
Hook 'em from Shaka.
And that was a dynamic hook 'em.
That was dynamic.
Shaka Smart, was it not? So Texas now 1-1 in Big 12 play as they win their home opener in Big 12 play after the loss on the road in Lubbock. Isaiah Taylor, well, they didn't need 35 points. They get pretty much half that, but also get enough production to get the W.
Yeah, this team's so much better. It may sound crazy when Isaiah scores less than 20 and gets his team involved. I mean, cumulatively from Connor, Prince, and Shaq, they had 19 points and 21 rebounds.
Wow.
And you see the game that Isaiah Taylor obviously had distributing the ball, and then Javon Felix down the stretch. I mean, that really tells the story. But great team win, great stat sheet win for this Texas team.
Isaiah, how would you describe this win tonight?
This is a hard-fought win. We know that Kansas State is a hard-nosed team, and we know they play hard on every possession. They play for 40 minutes. Going down the stretch, we just have to make free throws, something I got to get better at. I think I missed a couple, hit the last one, made it a 3-point game, so it made it a tough one on the defensive end on the last possession. But this is a hard-fought game by us, and I just want to thank my teammates and my coaching staff.
You're such a passionate player. At times, saw you getting a little frustrated out here. How did Coach settle you down?
Coach does a great job of just mentoring me. He just tells me to settle down. He just tells me that I have some of the most poise on the team. Just coming down the stretch, Javon just said to take over the game, attack the big man, and my coach believes in me, and that's all I need.
You know, we started off this game, saw 5 of you guys starting. He kept you guys in there for a while, more so than he typically does. He's substituting pretty early. Did that help you guys get that early lead?
I think it just put us in a groove. Started the older guys, junior, 4 seniors, and we just set the tone today. And I think that we didn't finish out the first half as best as we could, but we fought hard at the end and won the game.
Congratulations on the win, Isaiah.
Thank you.
Coach, talking about the bigs before the start of the game, and you said you can get even more from Prince Ebay and Shaq Claire. What do you think you got from them in this performance?
Well, I thought those guys battled, and they played hard for us. They're still kind of working their way into this new role of playing more and being in a more prominent role. But I thought Prince really helped us on the glass. Defensively, had some big possessions down the stretch. Shaq gave us some good minutes when he was in as well. And this is the most that they've played, both individually and then together. We played them the whole game. One of those guys was in the game.
Well, that's awesome. In terms of Isaiah coming off such a huge individual performance in Lubbock on Saturday, 35 points, and then kind of being challenged between then and now to be a leader for the team, energy early on. What was your assessment in terms of what he really brought to this team tonight?
Well, I thought he was terrific tonight. I mean, if you look at his stats, they were pretty average for him. But I thought the way that he managed the game, the way that he played defense, the way that he was engaged with his teammates was really good. And if you look at the stretch when he was out of the game, that's when we really struggled, in the first half, the way we closed the half because he was out. So really proud of him, the way that he played point guard, running the team, leading and playing both ends.
In terms of when you were walking off the court in the first half, you'd have said Isaiah wasn't going to pick up another foul the rest of the game. You would have taken it, huh?
Well, I would have taken that. He did get the one where he bumped the guy, his fourth foul with about 5 minutes left. But I thought he played with really good composure.
Yeah, for sure.
Some guys cannot play with foul trouble.
Yeah.
It messes them up. But he still had the ball in his hands and was attacking, went to the basket, and really played under control.
What went into what appeared to be a change in mentality as far as attacking? Because early on there was a lot of three-pointers attempted, and then it seemed as the game went on there was much more of an effort to go to the hoop. What happened there?
Well, Kansas State is a really good defensive team. They do a great job of packing it in. If you noticed when Isaiah looked to drive early, they had about 8 or 10 feet in the paint of guys on their team. And so we got some open looks, didn't knock enough of them down. But, again, you got to give Kansas State credit. They do a great job contesting three-point shots. Even when you feel like it's open, they run out at you and get a hand up. Second half, we told our guys we need to get to the second drive, the third drive, and make an extra pass.
And then in terms of your defense, coming into the game, looking back with the performance against UConn and Texas Tech, you said the biggest difference between a win and a loss there was your defense. How much better do you think they played tonight?
Well, I thought we were better overall, but we still have a long way to go, Lo. There was certainly some plays that we could have wrapped up and finished. But anytime you hold a team under 60 points, you feel good about that point total. I also thought that the press gave us some help tonight. I thought it gave us some life, created some energy. We were able to, get them out of their normal rhythm of bringing the ball up the floor without any type of pressure. We got a long way to go with that, but I think we'll get better.
You talk about DeMarcus and what he brought you guys. Obviously, the last couple of games, his minutes have been down, and then tonight comes out, plays 29 minutes. What are your thoughts on him this evening?
Well, the reason his minutes were down is because, he's been going through some challenging stuff family-wise, and he's such a phenomenal kid. He's someone that we all pull for, we all root for, and he's been going through a tough time. So really, really proud of him to be able to come in here tonight, lock in on his assignment, which was Wesley Owundu. I thought he did a nice job defensively on him, played some big minutes for us. He really hasn't practiced very much, so for him to play that many minutes, it shows a lot of heart, a lot of toughness on his part.
And then it seems like a guy that always kind of flies under the radar a little bit is Connor Lambert. And we saw him hit a critical three in the late stages of this game. I know a big storyline with him has just been the confidence to let it fly when he's got that look. How are you seeing that develop?
Well, he had 7 threes tonight, and he missed some, and you could see he's mad at himself for missing them. But it's like, man, hey, we want you to keep shooting. We believe in you. We know you can knock it down. And I'll tell you what, he goes out there with Coach Horn in practice or after practice, and he'll literally make 15 or 20 in a row. I mean, no rim, no nothing. So we just want him to shoot that thing with confidence. But I thought a really good sign was the one he made came right after missing one a minute or two earlier. So for him to step up and even take that shot, that's a good sign.
And you said you wanted just to see how your team could get better from this game compared to last game. To wrap it all up, how do you think, big picture, that happened?
Well, when the game was, we're down 2 or 4 with 5-6 minutes left, we were able to play with some composure, get some stops when we needed to, and win the game. So that was the difference. That's why we won. In terms of getting better, I thought we were better defensively with some of our details. Our energy to start the game was better. We got 6 straight stops to start the game. Certainly got to keep getting better at a lot of things, but I thought it was a step in the right direction in a lot of ways.
Are you physically capable of coaching with your jacket on?
I could. There was one game a few years back where I forgot to take it off until like halftime. But you're kind of restricted with these things on, so you want to take it off so you can clap,
get
be
into
aggressive,
He's active.
dive on the floor if necessary.
Oh, okay. We're waiting to see that.